Manager Lee and trainees Otis and Darren are in the training room.
Have you ever been a sex addict, Otis? Are you gay or straight?
I'm straight.
You're straight?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a sex addiction?
Sex addiction?
Yeah.
No, I just love it. I'm not addicted.
Yeah, but you see, Dan, this is what we were saying earlier. Is there such a thing as sex addiction? Because
yeah.
do you not think it's just like...
No,
when does it become an addiction?
Yeah, I know.
When is that?
It becomes an addiction when it's with everything else in your life.
Okay,
just
yeah,
like
any other addiction.
Like any other addiction, yeah.
In that case, then I was addicted.
Because how did it everything else in your life though?
Well, I've just drugs and women. I was addicted to both.
Did it affect your career?
Yeah, it did.
Work. Spending all your money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not seeing any family or friends because
even to the point where I didn't make work.
Yeah.
I didn't get to get on stage.
No. Yeah.
And I think I always had a major thing for women. You know what I mean? What made it worse was drugs just exacerbated it. It just made it a lot worse.
Of course. So has it ever got to a point where it's interfered with your life, Otis? Never.
Nope.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. How do you actually do that?
Yeah, man. We should have a secret.
The pair of you have got addictive personalities. Yeah. You're in showbiz. Girls are on tap. It was easy for you to fall that way. I assume it's the same with you. You've got fit birds coming in all the time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't have an addictive personality. That's basically it. Above all, you've got to look at whether you're respecting yourself as well. Do you know what I mean? When you're looking in the mirror, you're like, yeah, a bit of a lad, yeah, did 2 of them last night, got another 4 lined up this morning. Stop for a minute and then have a real look at yourself.
Yeah, no, it's true though.
It sounds spiritual, but it's like, are you really happy doing what you're doing?
It's very true, isn't it?
You can be for a while, but it's all superficial, mate.
And you can't be very spiritual while you're doing that kind of stuff. That's what's happened to me the last 12, and that sounds a bit cliche to say.
No, it's true though.
But that's what's happened to me in the last 12 months. It's like, I'm much more in touch with my spiritual self now. I mean, you get all that.
Because you've got this, because before I met you, like, you're completely different to how I thought you was going to be. You're an absolute diamond fella, lovely guy, but everyone has a question of it, is that right?
Yeah.
Well done, mate. So now...
I've got to go on my break now.
Okay, cool. Right.
Have a look.
That was impressive. So if you stand back now, look at your line.
Yeah.
It's impressive. You can tell it's equal. You're more than...
I want to finish that today, but I've got down at 1:45.
Go and have a cup of tea and a few deep breaths.
Think about my addiction.
Yeah. But you was always been known as Darren the Love Rat.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
To begin with, it was exhausting, and it got
to improve yourself all the time.
And it upset me that people. But to be honest with you, now I've just adjusted to it, and I just know that I know when I meet someone, they're going to think about me, what they read about me in the papers. They're going to think I think I'm it. I think I'm big. You know what I mean? And I kind of adjusted to it now, because you have to. And I said to him, again, without sounding too, cliche, because I know people say children change your life. And when my little boy was...
How many have you got now?
2. I got a little boy. Unfortunately, I didn't get my life together when he came along.
Yeah.
But because...
How old are you, if don't ask you?
38.
38, yeah.
But when my little girl came, because there were so many times during the pregnancy we thought we'd lost her, and when I was shown my little girl, it kind of, everything else just fell into... it put everything in perspective for me, and I just thought, if people think I'm then I can't go around everyone in the whole country and go, please like me. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you don't. And if you don't, I can't do anything about it.
He was on hand, he was right
In the
there.
staff room, Darren is the topic of conversation.
He's a nice young man.
Oh, he's lovely. He's really
Isn't
lovely.
he?
He's really
you know
lovely.
What? I just think, I know that he made a classic mistake of breaking a few hearts. It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
And it shows you just got to judge people when you meet them, because you never can
I've
tell.
told him straight. I just think you're just such a cool person, such an easy to get on with.
He really
you're
is.
a really,
laid
really nice
back.
person.
You're never allowed to get just throw it away. That past, it's awful.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's not true anyway. We don't know which bit's are
fabricated
true.
to the absolute
exactly.
max. Rinsed out to make the story sound better. Do you know what I mean?
I keep finding myself digging my knickers out of my tights today and thinking, that's classy. Yeah, baby.
Having said that though, if I had a sister and she said I'm going to go out with Darren Day, I would say no.
Yeah, you would.
I would.
He is, but he's so easy to flirt with.
I know.
Dan, a biker from London, is Otis's first client. He's unaware that Otis has never cut hair on a real person.
I'm not experienced with hairdressers at all.
Not to worry, we'll try and make it as comfortable for you as we can. Okay, so you say 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago I'd shaved off to a number 2.
Number 2. Okay, that's not that long at all. When you had it cut the last time, was it a professional job or you got late to
I haven't been to the hairdressers as such since I was 14. So things are a little bit different now, aren't they?
Yeah, things are very different now. Yeah. Very different.
Manager Lee is at the nail bar with trainee Emma and her client Sampa, who is having a manicure.
Yeah. But why did you do that?
Why?
Yeah.
It's his job.
Why not?
Yeah.
I love
Why
it.
do you have tattoos? It's the same thing. It's just wanting to...
Why do
Because
men have 2 earrings, not one?
Yeah.
I get more work.
Yeah.
What's your job?
I'm a body modification artist, freak show artist and model.
I say the first cut is the deepest. This is going to be the most important.
You're going to be my mother's best friend.
If ever I drift off into quiet, it just means I'm concentrating. Yeah. Feel free to talk to me. I'm not ignoring you.
I don't want to put you off, really.
How does that thing stay in your head?
They're implanted.
Yeah.
Into what? Yeah, they're properly implanted.
No, you move about in bed and you roll it around.
I screw them off when I go to sleep.
Screw them off when you go to bed.
Yeah.
That's a big palaver.
That's a good point. Wouldn't want to lay next to you in bed, like wake up in the morning, oh, it impaled in my face.
Otis has been cutting his client's hair for over an hour.
Anyone walked out screaming yet?
Not yet.
Everyone's been happy.
Not yet. Everybody's done, and that just puts the pressure on everybody who hasn't performed a haircut, because we haven't all done haircuts.
Oh, right.
You know, so.
It's not your first one, though, is it?
Yeah. that would be telling.
Yeah.
I think we may get in the Guinness Book of Records with this one, Dan. It's the longest haircut ever given or endured by a man.
Just cut that bit off.
I can only get away with that because your hair's so long.